On today's video, I'm talking to Justin from Garlic Breath Pizza. We stopped by his pizzeria and he has one of the simplest menus that I've ever seen at any pizzeria that we've ever gone to, and I love every second of it. He has 4 or 5 items on the menu. We're gonna walk around his pizzeria. He's gonna show us how he makes his pizza, the oven that he uses, why he has such a simple menu, how he got started, in all of that great stuff in this episode of the SPM Show. So hit that subscribe button, leave a comment below if you like these videos, and let's get it into Justin's pizzeria.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
This is a really cool place. Tell us a little bit about like how you got started here when you opened.
So we were looking for a pizza place in North Andover for a couple of years. We were about to sign a deal right before COVID.
In North Andover?
Yeah, in North Andover, March of 2020.
Oh my.
And the news was getting a little funky, and we were like, let's hold off. And then, like maybe a week later, a couple days later, it was like the shutdowns, and then we were like, oh, what are we gonna do for a coffee shop?
You got lucky.
I turned 40 in 22, July of 2022, it was almost 2 years ago. We went to Brooklyn with some friends and family. I put together like a 15-stop Brooklyn pizza tour. I was like, I just want to eat a bunch of pizza.
Where are some places you went?
Polly G's,
Like probably
Shop,
best pizza in the
Best
industry.
Pizza, Industry.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
are all of our favorites.
Yeah.
Luigi's. We went down to Coney Island. Did the whole borough.
Just to do research?
It was.
Or just for fun?
It was a little bit of both.
Yeah.
It was for fun because we were just having like a birthday weekend.
Yeah.
But I'm always in the back of my head because I've been thinking about pizza for a couple of years and I wanted to open something.
Same.
But
Every time I
was,
travel somewhere, regardless of if it's for pizza or not, we always gotta still love the pizza scene.
It's always a little work and a little pleasure.
Yeah.
So you know, it was definitely like when we opened the pizza shop, this was the kind of pizza we would do when I was having a slice at like Industry or Best or any of these places, these kind of new school places.
And that's kind of the style you're going for, right?
Yeah, that's
Or
the
like
kind of
New York.
style we're going for.
Would you call it? I mean, I don't know. I guess it's like everybody has their own style. So like it's New York-ish, right?
Yeah, it's New York-ish.
But it's not like what
It's
you would consider a New York
not.
style.
It's not probably as classic as Luigi's. We're using probably a lot of the same ingredients. We're using grande cheese, but our dough is probably longer fermented. It's a little more hydration. The sauce we might have kind of like tinkered with the flavor profile a little bit more. I love those classic slices, but I wanted to try to do some of the kind of new school techniques that I think, just pull out a little more flavor maybe. And because I've been owning other restaurants and done other things, I wanted to kind of pull from kind of a lot of the other knowledge that I have.
Yeah.
But, I feel like I'm a baker first and foremost. So, the dough was the main thing for me.
All right, so I see also here, you got a really simple menu.
Yeah, so we really just wanted to try to be the best pizza around. And I didn't see a way for me with a small staff to do 100 things. So we were fortunate that this was being built out for us. So I knew we weren't going to do a lot of things, so we could kind of just really make sure the space worked for pizza production as opposed to fryers, for chicken tenders, and a subline.
That's smart nowadays. It's easier to add stuff to your menu as you go versus take something away.
Yeah, I didn't want to start with a bunch of stuff that we were running around and couldn't do well, and then have people's first impressions be like, it's not I didn't love the steak and cheese, and that's what the reviews are. I want the reviews to be about the pizza, and I knew the pizza was going to be good, so I thought that would help us start getting the word of mouth out, as opposed to trying to do a bunch of stuff kind of half, done.
Yeah, right. Like not super passionate about it.
Yeah. So pizza's what I'm passionate about. I'm not passionate about subs. I'm not passionate.
I hated doing subs.
Yeah,
with a passion.
I saw that in one of your episodes
Yeah.
where you're just like, man, I wish we just did pizza.
Yeah.
And I felt like that from the get-go. It was like, just do what we wanted to do, and it wouldn't really matter to not do the other stuff. Stuff that I grew up.
So this is how you came up with the decor for here?
Yeah, I shamelessly ripped it off from Polly G's Slice Shop in Brooklyn. So
You mentioned that.
That was the main inspiration. I saw that and I was like, oh, he made it look like he was a kid. Why don't I make it look like my childhood bedroom posters if they were on the wall, like a Santarpio's?
Did you reach out to him?
I did, yeah. I couldn't find the wood paneling. So I was just kind of like sent him a DM and was like, where'd you find it? Because they don't make it anymore. And he's like, oh, I'll get it at Lowe's. And I was like, all right, cool.
That's
Checked
cool.
Lowe's website and they were willing to deliver it. And the guys that dropped it off were like, what do you want this for? And I was like, yeah, we're like...
It's like we had this in the back. It's been sitting there for years.
Yeah,
No one
we
wants it
wanted to
anymore.
make it look like a basement in the 70s, you know? So.
The only thing you're missing is like the beads.
The beads would be cool.
Like
yeah.
the bar, the old
Yeah.
70s bar beads that they
Yeah,
had.
my aunt had the lava lamp. I couldn't find my original one, so pieced it together. Measure out the water, measure out the flour.
You make all the dough?
I make most of it. Kevin, we have 2 full-time employees. So Nate, who you met earlier, is here with me today. And then Kevin will be here with me a couple of days, just him and I. So he'll help me make the dough too. Kevin's got like a food and a science background.
Oh, nice.
He also like nerds out about fermentation and stuff. So
It's
him
cool.
and I make all the dough. We make it every day for a few days from now. So tomorrow, Wednesday, we'll make 150 dough balls only for Friday tomorrow.
You don't want people calling it.
If Joe orders a pizza with like 4 toppings and he wants like just sausage on one half and onions on the other half and it's kind of complicated, it just pops up on the screen.
Yeah.
And then it's like, cool, we build the pizza and it's right here. And then we can just, send out the order on the screen. Sometimes people call and they're calling on cell phones and the reception is terrible.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, let me get a large. You're like, what?
And like not only that, but on a Friday night, like you got other stuff to do than sit there. You want to be customer centric and like help them, but you got to get them off.
You gotta get them off the phone. The other line, the call waiting signal's going. We have a couple of high school students that do the phones, and they're great at it. I mean, they're really good with the iPads and the online stuff, but like they're really good at being friendly on the phone, but also like. And because we don't have 40 things, and it's
pretty quick, yeah.
Let me get a chicken finger sub, dip one tender in buffalo, dip one in barbecue, put some pizza sauce on top, hold the garlic. Like, it's just like, it's mostly like, most of our pizzas, 70% of them are cheese and pepperoni.
Yeah.
On Fridays,
So
people
easy.
get a little wild with toppings. I mean, we've only got 1 topping drawer because we don't do a ton of toppings. Fresh onions and peppers, fresh garlic. We make the sausage in-house. We make the meatballs in-house. Fresh banana peppers that we did.
Wow.
We cut nice olives. We roast our own peppers. We roast our own mushrooms so they don't add a bunch of like water to the pot.
This is all your toppings? That's it?
That's it.
Wow.
And I have pepperonis up here in the big bins because it's mostly pepperoni. So as much cheese and pepperoni and sauce we can fit up top.
You have like the perfect pizza shop.
I mean, it works for me.
It's like if I always said on the podcast, if I opened a pizza shop, it would be like 3 things.
Yeah, I heard you say that
Yeah.
recently.
That's
I
you.
wouldn't do subs anymore.
Nope.
I would just
Pizza, that's it. We do a couple pizzas.
Yeah, pizza's what I like.
Yeah.
So and I mean,
I would love to tell people, do you guys have Italian subs? Nope. Like I would take pride in the fact that I could say no to that. Not that listen, if you do that, that's your thing.
People come in and they're just like, what's up with this menu? Like no sandwiches, for lunch especially. And I'm like, we just want to be a good pizza shop. Or people come in and they're just like, I don't understand. Like they're a little more frustrated. Like, why don't you have, chicken tenders? And I was like, because we just put the word pizza shop on the heading.
Yeah.
I didn't say we were, New England style Greek pizza house of pizza.
It's like though, like you can get chicken fingers 100 places.
And I give them directions.
Yeah.
People come in and they're like, let me get a chicken kebab salad because we used to be a Greek place here, so that's like a Mediterranean order. And I'm like, we have an amazing Lebanese place down the street. Just take a left and it's right on the first right. Like
you want pizza? Come here.
Roast beef. Blondie's is right down the street. Like they do a good roast beef. Like if you want really good pizza, I hope you think of us.
Yeah.
Because that's all we do. All right.
Right.
There was some energy efficiency rebates. We got a couple $1,000 off because it met the mass energy rebate standards. And when I started kind of looking at the places that I liked their pizza that had these electric ovens, and saw that you could customize, you can change the top and bottom elements. So we do a relatively lower bake than some other people. I see a lot of like 600, 650s with the Pizza Master. We have a higher hydrated dough, not as high as some people. It's like 64% hydration. So a quick bake it's pretty dark, our dough, right away within the first 4 or 5 minutes. But then a lot of the water hasn't baked out yet, so it's still kind of soft. I wanted a crunchy, crispy, chewy. I wanted, you know, a little bit of everything with our pizza. I didn't want it hard as a rock that you're like ripping your teeth out chewing on a slice. So we don't use high gluten flour. We use bread flour, 13%. We don't use the like 14% all trumps kind of stuff. So it has the chew of a New York slice that I like, but I also wanted it to be kind of lighter and airy and pretty like crackery, eggshell crispy. So we do an 8-minute bake, and we have to spin the pie a couple of times to keep it evenly baked. But you can really control the elements. If I knock this top element up to 10, that basically means at all times the top elements are radiating heat from those coils. There's an identical set underneath the stones as well. So if I put a pizza in with a high setting, like some places do a 7 or 8, but we get a lot of char, blistery, kind of Neapolitan looking dough within a few minutes. We also don't have really the takeaway suburb customer base that's looking for a pie like that. I personally like a blistered, charred, kind of new school New York-ish pizza. But we've had some customers that are like, you burnt it. You know? And we've gotten some.
There's so many places I've gone to recently that have that same issue. Only the first couple times they visit, right?
Yeah.
And they get used to it.
Yeah, and I mean, we try to accommodate people too. So people will put in the comments like, not as well done, and we do try to honor that. So you know, it was a lot of a learning curve in the beginning because, you know, I thought the setting should be one way, and it was like, no, I mean, really, most of the cooking happens through the bottom of the pie, and the crunch, a lot of it comes from the bottom of the pizza too. So I know when the pizza's cooked when I pull it out of the oven. If it's not kind of like hard and straight as a board when I pull it out on this little turning peel, I know the bottom, the oven wasn't hot enough, maybe during the rush, or we didn't have the setting right for some reason. It's real cooked on the bottom. The crunch on the top crust is there too, which we like. But we try to make the interior kind of soft and not too chewy.
Portion paddle?
Portion paddle. So laser cut for 6 slices.
Does that help?
Yeah, I was a little skeptical that it was worth the like $150, but we definitely don't throw away like odd cut slices.
Yeah.
When we were eyeballing it, you get like 5 slices that were like kind of the same size and one like baby slice, and we can't serve this. So
we always
had some waste there.
Did you ever think of just doing 18-inch for just slices and 16s for your pizzas?
I didn't. We started with one size pizza because I didn't want to have like a small 12-inch and have different size dough balls and manage. Okay, the blue dough boxes are 12 inches and the white boxes are 18 inches and these are 16. I just wanted to keep it as simple as possible. I figured if somebody wanted a small pizza, we could just be like, well, a couple of slices is a small, right? And we do them during the day. We do slices during the evening too. They're not mostly doing full pies. So most people are okay with not having one size. We have some people at lunch, they want like a personal pie. And I'm just like, well, we have slices. It's kind of the same thing. It's faster with slices, you know. It takes, to top a pizza in an 8-minute bake. I mean, we can't really do it any faster than 10 minutes. So it doesn't really work for like on-the-go lunches anyway. And we're surrounded by quick serve places with Chipotle and Burger King and Panera. So I figured slices were like a way to get people in and out.
Yeah, people are used to that for lunch too.
Yeah, it takes a minute for a reheat. So we just do the one size pie, which is now a 16-inch. So Pizza Masters didn't have the like built-in hoods they have now, so I had to spend more money than I would have liked on the hood, because this was definitely like we were trying to do it for like short money. We were fortunate that the plumbing, electrical, the build out of like the space, the walls and stuff, they took care of, which would have been 6 figures. We just pretty much had to put the equipment in.
So you only had to you as the operator only had to buy the equipment that was here.
Yep. So the main purchase was obviously the Pizza Master. Those are about $40,000 for a 3-deck like that. And then the fridges. The walk-in was part of the build-out, so we saved a bunch of money not having to buy a brand new walk-in. So yeah, a couple of stoves just to make like sauce, pizza prep unit, the tables, and then the supplies. I already had the mixer.
So you didn't have to, like, there's not a lot of equipment in here.
No.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah, it cost us $50,000 to open for equipment.
That's not
And
bad at all.
Yeah, it
That's
wasn't bad.
90% oven.
It was 90% of the oven, yeah. So, and obviously, you know, 99% of our business revolves around the oven.
Yeah.
And I knew I wanted the Pizza Master.
So you've been open for a little bit now. Is there anything that you wish you would have done different in the beginning?
I think it's been a lot of what I expected. We made the decision ahead of time not to do sandwiches, we do one salad, we just do a Caesar salad. We have 4 things on our menu. Pizza, one 16-inch New York style pizza. We've got about 7 toppings. We do a Caesar salad, we do a side of meatballs that we make, and we do a chocolate chip cookie. There's only a side of ranch.
It's the best menu ever.
It's so small. It allows us to do everything from scratch really well. Like even like the banana peppers we do. We take fresh banana peppers, we wash them, we slice them, we give them a little pickle instead of like just twisting open a gallon jar. Because I just don't really like the flavor and texture of those. So the few things we do, we put a lot of labor into those things. And that I'm happy with because I like the way the product comes out. But I'm glad we didn't try to do too much.
So advice for someone who's starting out is start small.
I would start small unless you want to have a big staff.
Yeah.
And, I didn't think we could afford a ton of labor in the beginning. It's just me and 2 full-time guys here right now. We have a couple of high school students that answer the phones on Friday and Saturday. But yeah, keep it small and simple unless you want to manage a big team and have a lot of people doing other stuff for you. I like to be hands-on and do everything. This is what I enjoy, making the dough, making pizza, figuring out combinations, even though we don't do a lot of funky toppings. That's what I enjoy, so that's what I want to be doing 90% of my day. I don't enjoy doing payroll, so I make my wife do it. I don't like social media. We should be doing more of it. I started a TikTok page. I have yet to make a video, but I don't like doing social media. For years at the coffee shop, I posted barely once a month for Instagram. We got a lot of engagement from Instagram, and I should have been better about it. I would rather make a great pie and have old school, just word of mouth, and have people be like, I had a slice or a pie at Garlic Breath, you gotta go. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing people from other towns 15, 20, 25 minutes away come here because they said, my friend that lives in North Andover tried your pizza and I'm here from Peabody, or I'm here from Salem, New Hampshire, or Haverhill. So it's not what a lot of people are doing. It's what has worked for us at our other business. So I felt secure enough to do a lot of the things that people said were the wrong thing to do. You got to be on social media. You got to be on the delivery apps. You got to be open till midnight to get the college students down the street. We close at 8 o'clock, because I want to be home.
Yeah.
So I put my kids to bed at 9. So I think just do what fits for your lifestyle. Don't blow up your whole thing to be a business owner or a restaurant owner, unless that's what you want to do. But I don't know who wants to work 100 hours a week.
Psychos.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that episode of the SPM Show. Go check out Garlic Breath. We'll link up their Instagram and their website below. Very simple menu, as you can see. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you know a place that you think we should visit in the near future, drop it as a comment below, and maybe our next video will be from that pizza shop. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.